Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, for your entertainment and pleasure, we have the Royal Olympus. No, it's not the Royal Olympus on Saturday. It's Claude Diamond. Thank you, sir. I was going to introduce you as the Royal Olympus on Saturday because I had that voice down.
Okay, does this work? Oh, I got to turn this on. Here we go. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. How you guys doing? Thank you for having me back. I don't get asked back a lot of times. I don't know why, but so when I say I'm really glad to be here, I really mean it, okay? Some of the real estate, I'm kind of the anti-guru. I mean, I can give you guru bullshit, or I can tell you the truth. What do you want? You said guru bullshit over there. Okay. Everybody, the first 10 people to the back of the room give me $40,000 and they get shit. You don't want that, do you? No. You want that? Hey, Howard, I got a lot of my students here. Stand up. I mentor a lot of you. Collecto, okay, where's James and Bernice? And there they are. Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. I'm wearing black today. Did everybody watch the Charger game last night? Oh my gosh. It's a great thing about living half the year in Colorado. We have the Broncos. And so I kind of change who's ever winning. I'm a very fair weather fan. I do this. And I want to talk, we're going to have a workshop. Real quick little commercial here. On October 24th. How many people went to that last year? I only do one a year. It's $49, not $4,995. $49.95. We're going to be over at the Marina Village, 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. We've got bagels, coffee. Henry Serrano is going to be there. Henry's a national speaker. He talks about pennies on the dollar. I'm going to talk about Lisa. Hello, why didn't you stand up? You're one of my students. Well, it's all right. I got socks older than you, Debbie. Listen, and we're going to do a great little morning, just a half-day seminar on lease purchasing, on G.U.T.S sales training, on marketing. Marketing has really changed. I want to talk a lot about that today, okay? How many people remember hearing me speak about a year ago? I talked about G.U.T.S sales training. Did you remember that? Good. Good. See if that works. Oh, this is a picture. I put it in there last minute today. This is my house in Colorado. Who knows what that is? That's not a squirrel. What is that? That's a bear. That's our pet bear. He climbs up there every morning to eat the bird food. This is what things you don't see. I don't think we see in San Diego too often. But he's really cool. So how many people have used some of the G.U.T.S moves that I taught you last year? Nobody. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Where's the real estate agents? I heard a real estate agent before. Let's do some G.U.T.S role playing, okay? I'll give you a prize. Can you do it for a prize? Oh, what a prize here? We'll do this. I got, these are my famous 3-minute G.U.T.S sales timers, okay? I give these to all my students. I want them to qualify a prospect in the first 3 minutes. Is that a good idea? I got this idea from my honeymoon. It's supposed to be more than 3 minutes. I bought 2 of them. Oh, you want one? You need another one? Oh, okay. I'll do a role play with you. Stand up. I should get the handheld mic. Ready? You can hear me? We can hear. But I don't know if we can hear her. Hey, well, why should I work with you? There's so many real estate agents out here, Diane.
Because I work only with real estate investors. I know what you're looking for.
What am I looking for? How do you know? Can you read my mind? Oh, that's it? That wasn't bad. Give her a round of applause. That wasn't bad. What other real estate agents do we have here? Why should I work with you, Ron? You made eye contact, sorry. Why should I work with you, Ron? Oh, thank you. This is Henry Serrano, my family wife. He came all the way from Fresno. Ron, why should I work with you? I'm an investor. Okay, you sure won me over. Oh, let's go to the students over here. Bernice. James, do you have any references?
I do.
You're going back to beginner school. Okay? We're going to go back. So somebody asked don't you? No, you don't? You don't have a 3-minute timer after all these years? Here you go. Share with me. Somebody asked me, why should I work with you? Do you have references? What else do they say when we talk to people about sales? What are the other common things they say? I want to talk to my wife. Well, Ryan, that's a good idea. You want to talk to your wife? You know what? Can I call up let me call up my wife. Hello, honey. I'm talking to Ryan here. Is it okay to sell him? She said yes. Why don't you go check with your wife now and see if it's okay to buy, all right? How long have you been married? Are you newlyweds? Not yet? Well, you got to work on that, huh? Don't you have a little baby? You got it out of order there, didn't you? A little bit out of order. Who had his hand up there? Get his hand up. Okay, Gary, ask me one of those stalls, objections, references. Why should I work with you?
Of all the trainers, why should I work with you? And what are you going to train? What are you going to teach me that's?
I don't know. 3 most important words in sales. What are they? I don't know. Why? We're salespeople. We're supposed to know everything, aren't we? I don't know, Gary. I don't know. Why do you even need a sales trainer? I mean, it's money and everything.
I want to get better at what I do.
What do you mean, Dad? You're great already, aren't you? You're making all the money you want. You live in Rancho Santa Fe. You're driving a new G.U.T.S. Come on. Aren't you?
I am now, I guess.
Well, in fact,
Thanks to you, I am.
Boy, that was quick.
Everyone's got to work with him. You just got me to Rancho Santa Fe.
The point is to get them talking. Who should be talking more?
Dan.
Why? We're the salesperson. Aren't we supposed to be flapping our gums and doing all that talking and everything like that? Why would who should do more talking? Them, the prospects, right? Who else wants a 3-minute success timer? Debbie, ask me for references or what? Too long. Very long time. Why did you ask? You must have asked that for a reason. Help me out.
Because I'm the customer and I can ask whatever I want.
Oh, okay. Well, that sure helps. Okay. Anybody else? Who wants a 3? People in the cheap seats in the back. Stand up there. Pink shirt. I think that's pink, right? Go ahead. It looks pink. Marcelo, ask me a question. Ask me for references or something like that.
Okay, I'm my reference. Give me 3.
Now what? Now, what happens? Great question. Thanks for taking my lead. What happens to most of us in sales when the prospect asks us for references? What do the traditional salespeople do? Do they get defensive? Oh, I got to protect the privacy of my clients and things like that, right? What should you really do when someone asks you for references? Celebrate. Let's do it again, Marcellus. There we go.
3 references.
Now, Marcel, I want to thank you personally for asking me. I wish more people would do it, because you know what? My clients are my best salespeople. You want 3? Would you like 4 or 5 more references?
Sure, if you can provide them.
I can provide them. And if we can get you those references today, and they meet with your personal expectations, what happens when we speak at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning?
Maybe I'll ask for more references.
Maybe I won't give you any more. Maybe I won't give you any more. Did you see? I'm not Ron and Brandon. Listen, what you wanted to thank you. Is that your daughter? And your wife. Okay. The thing about it is he asked for references. I said, I can give you references, but you get something back. Always ask for something back. Okay? And you say, well, if I give you references and they meet with your expectation, can we move forward tomorrow? What will happen next? Then they're either going to backpedal or you've got them cornered. Stalls, here, write this down if you're taking notes. Stalls and objections are opportunities to what? To close. To always close. Should we ask a lot of questions?
Yeah.
Always ask questions. Am I good? Oh, if I'm not using it, it's a double. It's a double-double. That's what I'm thinking of dinner here. Everybody, take out your phone, and I will give you tonight all my notes, my PDF, my mind maps, and a video I'm going to make special. Just send me a text right now or mentor@me.com. mentor@me.com. If you send it to me tomorrow morning, you will have my PDF presentation, you will have my notes, You'll have my mind maps, and you'll have a video. I'll send it all to you so you don't have to write too many notes here today, okay? How many of you have seen Crazy Claude's videos on YouTube? Okay? I like to have a lot of fun in this business. It's a great business. I've been doing this for 30 years. You can't tell because I have tons of hair dye in here. But I work from home. I work half the year in San Diego, half the year in Winter Park, Colorado. Do you know why I feel so good tonight? I just came down from 12,060 feet to sea level here. Yeah, that's what happens. I feel like I'm 21 years old again. Can't wait to get home. Explain it to him, will you? But yeah, it was a long trip. It's 1,100 miles from Colorado to San Diego. It took us almost 3 days to get here. It's a really long drive. Our car only gets 50 miles to the bathroom. They get worse. They get worse. So anyway, if you want my notes, send that there. There's that workshop again that we were talking about. I want to talk tonight about using social media and sales. How many people here are involved in social media or using Facebook? How many people think Facebook is a way to stay in touch with the people you didn't like in high school and find out they're having potato salad for dinner tonight? Okay? I mean, a lot of us do that. But you know what? Over 1.5 billion people a month are going on Facebook. And there's a revolution taking place in social media marketing. And it has literally changed my business overnight. So you guys have heard me speak before about the strategy of lease purchasing, and I'm going to do that at the workshop next Saturday. But tonight I really wanted to focus on marketing and the G.U.T.S sales method. 2 things we need. You know, we focus a lot on all the different strategies that we hear from people, the lease purchase, the wraparound, the subject to. You have great speakers here all the time. Does it really matter what strategy you're utilizing if you don't have enough leads? How about if we get all these leads, but we can't convert them into money? Okay? You've often heard me say that sales is the million-dollar skill. And learning how to talk to people, how to ask questions, how to make them feel good is the way you're going to get to your financial goals. I love this business. I work from home. It's literally my wife, myself, a few other people outside assistants. We're mortgage-free, we're debt-free, our retirement is financed, our health care, which keeps going up as I get older, that's financed, and we got that all from creative real estate. But I've kind of had an epiphany, a revelation. We need to focus less on the strategy and more on the marketing, getting good leads, quality leads that don't cost us a fortune, and we need to convert those leads, know how to speak to people in such a way that we differentiate ourselves from our competition. Our competition all says the same thing. They all read the same script. So I don't want you to use scripts, by the way. I don't want you to ever ask for the order. And I don't want you to give presentations. That's the G.U.T.S sales method. Kind of different, huh? No presentations. Don't ask for it. What does every guru and every sales trainer ask for the order several times? I find that annoying. Let me decide what I want to buy. I don't want a presentation. I want to know how much it costs and does it come in green. And I don't want, and if you ever hear somebody on the phone when they're reading a script, what does it sound like? Like they're reading a script, right? Absolutely. I believe that the salesperson always comes first. I think if people work hard, you're trying to get good value in creative real estate, you're honest, you're hardworking, why can't you come first? Let's stop wasting our time buying people lattes, driving in our car for hours and hours, for someone who doesn't need what we're selling, doesn't have the money to buy it, doesn't have the authority or the character to give us a commitment. Do we have rights in the sales process? Yes. I'm sorry. Do we have rights in the sales process? Be at last. Be at last. We have to work smart. Smart people are great salespeople. Okay? I'm the former world's worst salesman. I'm not kidding you. If it rained, I turned around. I didn't want to talk to people. I found that the telephone was kind of like it was like picking up a cactus sometimes, okay? I felt like my pants were dropping around my ankles in front of Santa Claus in the shopping mall. I hated sales. Anybody else here have caller reluctance and things like that? I sure did, okay? You can learn, you can practice. Let's talk about a few other things. The problem is we are a secret. We need deals. We need properties. We need buyers, sellers, and investors, which broadcast, we need to make the phone ring. I hope you can see this mind map. If you can't, you'll get it tomorrow anyway. It's the mind map I made of social media marketing and of live streaming. Let me, right here, does everybody see my phone? We are on something. How many know what Periscope is? Wow, very cool. How many of you are using it for marketing? Thank you. It's the greatest thing that's ever. I'm broadcasting right now, live. Everybody wave. Everybody wave. We have 75 people from around the world watching this presentation right now. I've had as many as 500 people watching. It's literally your own network. Periscope is basically, it's an application you can put on your phone, and you can broadcast yourself video, and people can send you text messages and ask you questions. For the realtors here, do you think, how do you differentiate yourself in your marketing, attracting people? You could do little informative vignettes, if you will. Ask me a question about real estate in San Diego. Where to find the best financing? The 3 mistakes home buyers make. Can they get that information live anywhere? And can you imagine if you, Diane? Can you imagine, Diane, if you did this once a week, 2, 3 times? There's people who are doing 3, 4, 5 times a day. They're broadcasting live. It's your own network. It's your own NBC, nothing but Claude. You can just bad joke. You can broadcast yourself. Guess what? It's free. And people from all over the world. You got to put a sexy little title in there, okay? And people will come in, they will ask questions, and you give your lecture, you give your topic, they ask you questions, and then guess what's the next thing they do? They go to your Twitter, they go to your Facebook, they look you up on Google. These are the things, and this is called Periscope. It's up there, right there. Yes, sir?
I was going to mention, if you didn't hear this today, they had a woman someplace in Lakeview who was driving using Periscope, and she kept saying, I'm really drunk. So she was like driving drunk and using Periscope, filming herself. So the police actually caught her that way.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Periscope came out early this year. It was bought by Twitter for like $100 million. And every time you're on Periscope, you build up your Twitter following. They get little those little notifications that come across your screen? People who follow you. And they say, gee, Diane, Debbie, Leo is on right now talking about real estate, talking about financing, talking about repairs in real estate, talking about creative real estate, anything like that. And they see you're on, they click a little button on their phone and they can watch you and they can ask questions. This is how you stop being a secret. And the best part, it's free. Did I say that? Yes. Okay, and you're doing something, your competition is not doing this yet. This is so early. This is so new. And all it takes is you got to be a little bit of a ham bone. You prepare a little stuff. People ask you questions, and you get, sir, it's down the hall on the left. Oh, it's hard to see, isn't it? I'm sorry. Maybe we can shut off the front lights. Is that possible? No? I will email that to you tomorrow, I promise, if you send me that mentor at me. So, anyway, there you go. Is that a little bit better? Yeah. We like to work in the dark, right? That is Periscope. And the thing about the Periscope is whatever you broadcast, it stays on for 24 hours. So other people who go to Google, let's start with Google. I jumped ahead. What's the #1 web page in the world, everybody? Google. Google. Where does everybody go to buy real estate, to sell real estate, to invest in real estate, to find financing? Where do they go if they just moved here to San Diego? They go to Google. If they go, now Google is kind of interesting. Google's pretty common sense. Google wants you to have a good search experience, okay? So Google's algorithms are designed to have the words that you typed in, the meta tags, the search words, whatever they call. What else do they call them? There's other words too. Keywords, right? You type in your keywords, San Diego real estate, San Diego rent to own, San Diego's best real estate agent, San Diego's best mortgage broker, anything like that, and they type that in there. Google's algorithms are going to search for the contemporary nature. Is it an article, a blog, audio podcast, or is it a video that you put up this week or something from 2005? Where do you think Google's going to send the person? Contemporary, right? The most modern thing. How about the geography? If someone says, I want to know about the best financing in real estate, and Google sees that you're in San Diego, it's going to send you to somebody in San Diego. Okay? So, and if you like videos, do people like videos? You better believe they love videos. I have, I think, 275 2 to 4 minute goofy Claude videos on there. I try to make them funny. I try to make them very non-commercial. Remember that. Okay? Guess what people do when they see my goofy Claude videos? They go and they check, hey, let me check this guy out. They go to my webpage. Maybe they go to other places that relate to me, my blogs and things like that. They discover me because I'm a secret. So we use Google. Google, then I can pick Google, and when they do a search, maybe they'll discover my videos, my Mircat. Anyone here using Mircat? Yeah. Mircat is so hot, and Mircat is wonderful. It's a little bit like Periscope, but I think it's a lot more slick and a little bit more interactive. Mircat kind of started everything around March this year. This is all new stuff. And you guys, when you get home, download these applications on your iPhone or Androids and just scroll through all the different topics. Or go in the search, type in real estate, type in San Diego, type in any topic you want. There are people out there. If you have a Twitter or Facebook following, it'll find those people for you also. And then there's Blab. Now I'm going to try an experiment. Anybody here has fooled around with Blab yet? Blab is amazing. A little story about Blab here. I'm going to try to show this live. It never works when you do things live, but maybe we'll get lucky here. Blab just started not too long ago. The story about Blab was it was originally a web social networking page called Bebo. Okay, back in 2005. And they sold it to the geniuses in America Online, AOL. Guess how much? You know this story, right? Guess how much they sold this for? $10. 800, that's right, $850 million. Look it up, Bebo, and how much AOL paid. AOL did absolutely nothing with this application. Guess what they did a year ago? They sold it back to the original developer for $1 million. He took it, he got a bunch of people together, he said, go out for 7 weeks, I'll pay you, I want you to reinvent this application, take the basic of it, the core, the kernel, and make it into something better. And he developed Blab. Blab, it's blab.im, stands for Instant Messenger. And anybody on Blab can basically have a 4-way conversation with video, and thousands of people can come in and text while you're having a conversation. You can lead a topic on the best place to live in San Diego, the best restaurants, the best place to find the 3 mistakes that people make in real estate. And you start a little conversation and people come on, you can set it up. You literally have your own conference line. I'm going to see if I can set one up right now. What are we going to talk about? Let's see if it lets us do it. It won't. Darn it. I wanted to show you. But there's somebody right now who just came on. That's what it looks like. Let's see if we can reload it here. We don't have really, maybe we'll get lucky. Let's see. Okay. And it's loading. Is that showing? Okay. And look at that. These are all the different topics. It's not loading up, but now if we type in real estate, let's see, there might be some smart people talking about real estate here right now, and anybody can join in and sit in and watch this Blab, this 4-way conversation. It's loading up real slow. There it goes. Look at this guy, Real Estate Marketing Roundtable. Okay, Periscope for real estate with Katie. And you get 4 squares, 4 boxes that come up, and all these other people can join. And while you're doing this is where it really gets cool. While you're doing this, Blab actually links to Twitter for you, so it notifies all the people, or your tweets, your friends, what do you call them, tweets, they follow you. And on top of that, it records audio, and it records audio video for you and sends it to you automatically. So if you want to start doing a podcast, so say you do a 30 minutes, 60 minutes on real estate, it will automatically record if you choose to. There's a little button you press. And you can take the audio, put it into a podcast. You can take the video, and what would we do with the video if it was a real interesting 30-minute conversation about investing in San Diego, and you were the moderator, you're the head person. What would we do with that? What? YouTube. Exactly. We'll put it in YouTube. Now you have a YouTube video. These are all the different things you can do. Let's see if we can just set up one real quick here. I'm going to start a new lab. Okay. And let's see if I can shrink this a little bit. And we're going to talk about real estate. Real estate, San Diego.
What do you want to spell it
Oh, New York City education. Talking real estate, San Diego. Okay, then you pick the topics: business, marketing, social media, and then we click now, or you can schedule it in the future. Let's click now, see if something good happens. And we want to start our blab now. I have low bandwidth here, so it might not work. We'll leave it alone for a second. This is the, oh, look at that, finding the screen, come on. Somebody say a prayer to the Wi-Fi gods. That's their cute little logo out there. So they took this, they brainstormed it, they put it back on the marketplace about 150 days ago. This thing is the hottest marketing tool I've ever seen. You meet new people, you network, you talk about a subject that you're conversing in. Here it goes, baby. See that part where it says, tell a little bird? That tells what? That's Twitter. Because all my tweets, they receive the join. They can join in right here. I can click start recording. It automatically does this. And there we are, finally. Very slow. It's usually very fast. All the people who follow me are now watching this if they want to come on. If someone wanted to come on the screen now, you'd see a little mark there. Somebody who's watching me on the World Wide Web, somebody come on right now and say hello to all these people. This is what you do. You even get a link down here. You can take this link and you can put it in your Facebook and all your webpage, your blogs, all the different things that are there. We'll see if anybody comes on, probably not. Look, oh, there's a few people that are popping in. Hey, Sean Osby, come online here with us for a minute, buddy. Say hello to all these nice people. Come on, Sean.
They can hear you?
They can hear me. I think you can hear me right now. Can you hear me, Sean? Come on. Sean is one of my clients there. Somebody come on. Okay, those are called props. That means sometimes you get hearts, sometimes you get props. Okay? So somebody come on, be brave. I just want to demonstrate this. And look, 60. Okay, we've got 60 props there. And normally there would be 4 of these boxes, and underneath there would be a little texting area where people could ask questions and interact, and I could switch out the speakers and stuff like that. Oh, Tina! Yay, Tina! And we're going to click on this, and everybody say hello, Tina Sherman. Hello. Tina, come on there. Say hello. Somebody else come on there. Tina, can you join us? It's probably the bandwidth and she can't come on. But did you see another box opened up underneath? Yeah. And then there's one over there. I can have 4 people join me. Okay, make sure your connection isn't blocked by a firewall. Okay, it's the Scottish gods here. But this is I don't want to spend too much time on it, but this is, go home and play with this. Have fun with this. Okay, be a kid. Experiment. Your phone will not blow up. I guarantee you. And I'm going to say goodbye to everybody on this, and we're going to get out of this one, and we're going to go back to my presentation here. And so that's what you can do with Blab. These are 3 new apps, and they are changing my business. I'll get a word of honor. A person called me up today who saw one of my Periscopes. He went from the Periscope, and then he went to YouTube. He called me up this afternoon for my sales training business. It's a corporation. I'm talking a 5-figure potential contract here, where the prospect called me, invited me up next week to Wilshire Boulevard in LA to give a presentation. What do you usually pay for leads? To get quality leads like this, where people discover you, all you've got to do, and this is the most important part, and I know this is real hard to see, you need content. You can't be boring. You need to put interesting topics, sexy titles. 3 ways to make money in residential real estate. 5 mistakes all investors make. The 3 best strategies I've discovered as an investor. How to negotiate a real estate deal. You make up these topics. You put them out there in Periscope, Mircat, or Blab. You can even use Google Hangouts. I don't use Google Hangouts too much. It's a little too technical. It takes too long. You get too many people. We go over here to my live Periscope. We have 138 people watching this right now from all over the place. They're either going to say this guy's a joke, or maybe he has something he can teach me off. Maybe I should buy his book. Maybe I should call him about real estate training or mentoring or something like that. This is marketing 2016, and you guys are learning it. I'm sorry? And it's all free. That's the best part about it. Honestly, how many people here spend too much money on marketing? Okay? I am not kidding you. I have had people I spoke to who spent tens of thousands of dollars doing mailers, postcards, yellow letters. What's wrong with them? I know they work sometimes. Well, why are they antiquated? Why are they so boring? Say it loud.
Too slow.
They're slow. Is your competition doing the same thing? Every guru comes in front of this audience. What do they say? Yeah, I mail this, and put it in your funnel, and mail them out, and you copy in somebody else's yellow letter or something like that. You're sending the same old tired stuff. What's your ROI? It's not that it doesn't work. It just doesn't work well anymore. What's your ROI? Does everybody know what ROI is? 3 important letters. Return on investment. We need better leads. We need quality leads. So if people can discover you, the magic happens. That's all. If you take that home with you tonight, my world is complete. Is that good stuff?
Yes.
Is anyone talking about this yet?
Yes.
Would you learn it? Really? Oh, thank you. Good save the time for that one.
Claude,
Yes.
when I
Sprachen wir in Deutsch, ja? Haben Sie ein Bier?
kannst du mir eine Frage beantworten?
Meine Deutsch ist sehr schlecht.
So when you go on Blab, it says no network to share your moods and confessions. So I would think I have to sound professional.
Okay.
You using it for your sales training?
I'm using it for my sales training, for my real estate business, whatever you can conceive. Be unconventional, be creative. What is your business, Heidi? I'm sorry.
I'm a real estate broker.
You're a real estate broker. What is it you want more than anything as a broker? It's a family show, so.
Leads.
Leads, right? What do all real estate agents? They all do the same exact thing. They do the same ads that cost a fortune. They do mailers to the same people. What happens to those mailers? Right? Okay, what's your ROI on these? You buy these mail lists. Aren't they expensive? These mail lists you buy? Aren't they going to the same people all the time? Let's do something creative. Let's do something unconventional. Let's give them content online and live streaming and make videos. Let's make them creative. Now, here's the downside. This is where it gets hard. You've got to be consistent. How many people here have done one podcast or one YouTube video and then they stop doing it? Okay? The trouble is, you've got to consistently put out this stuff. I do at least 3 videos a week on YouTube. I do Periscopes all the time. I'm starting to do more and more Blabs because I'm getting these great people, quality people, and leads. So you've got to be consistent. You've got to be contemporary. If there's a topic in the news, the gentleman who was on before me talked with all the charts and stuff, do you think that would have made a very interesting Periscope, Blab, or Mircat?
Oh, yeah.
How many people, and if you designated it San Diego, And he said, call me, I answer my own phone. Does everybody say, oh, I gotta ask this question. How many people here have web pages or blogs? Now tell the truth, you're on sodium pentothal and 2 martinis. How many of you have your phone number on the page? Why don't people have their phone numbers on their web pages? Would someone explain to me? Never hear rule. Never do business with someone who doesn't answer their phone or doesn't put their phone number on. All these web pages out there, they're all saying, trust me, give me. You know, I'll send you this, but you have to fill out all this information. How do you think people feel about that today? It's all the same, right? It's all the boring stuff, right? You better put your phone number on. What's the worst thing that can happen if a prospect picks up the phone and calls you? Maybe we'll do business. Is that so horrible? Make sure your phone number is prominently on the pet peeve line. Compelling, they're keeping their interest. You've got to put something compelling, something sexy in your title, something that draws them in, something topical. Maybe it's in the news. You know, what will happen to real estate if Donald is elected? Something like that. You'll get 50, 100 people coming on there to talk and then do their opinion. And that's when you segue into what you do and how you do it. And you have to be non-commercial. You know, when I was doing that thing, everybody run to the back of the room, first 10 people, okay? What's the greatest thing we do? How many millennials in the office? How many under 35? Come on. Your wife's got to raise her. Your daughter or your wife. How many people? Millennials have taught us one wonderful thing. That they can move back home with their parents. No. That they can actually, they don't like commercials. Right? They don't even subscribe. You know millennials don't even get cable TV. They don't get cable TV. You know why? They want to watch Netflix. They don't want to run back and forth to rent videos anymore. Whatever happened? What was that one video store? It was all over the place. Blockbuster Video. They were all over. Billion-dollar companies. Overnight, they went out of business. The geniuses who are running that company, you know what they said? People like to come to our store because they get to meet their neighbors. No, we want to stay home, naked in bed with a bologna sandwich and our iPad mini on our chest, watching Game of House of Cards. That's a bad visual. That's a bad visual. They didn't get it. One thing I can tell you is everything is changing today. Everything is changing a lot. Now, when we do these videos, we put them onto YouTube. Okay, let me see if I have that. A little history here real quick. Back in the early days, we used magazines, radio, TV, billboards, newspaper, classified, the mail system, flying doors and hangers, and some of these things we still use today. Okay, then in 1990, the magic started to happen. AOL, got mail. Prodigy, who remembers Prodigy? Remember we used to use those things as coasters? They gave us so many of these discs and everything. And then comics. And I know there's where are my nerds in the audience? You're dying to tell me, when did the internet start?
Never outdoor steady.
What's that?
Never outdoor steady.
Okay. Actually, the internet, I think, started in the 50s, between the colleges and everything. But it didn't become really practical for most of us until 1990. Then, as we developed it, we started doing email blasts, okay? How many people here send out these email blasts, okay? And what's our response rate? You know, what do we do when we get these emails? God forbid we're at someone's list and we go on. Don't we go unsubscribe or delete all the time? Don't they drive us crazy? Google AdWords here. How many people in real estate are using Google AdWords? It's expensive. You ever not watch your budget and all of a sudden you get this $500, $1,000 bill in the mail on your Visa or MasterCard? It gets expensive. So then we started doing web pages and blogs and banner pop-ups. How many people here hate banner pop-ups? I go to a web page, I see a banner pop-up, I become a millennial. I go right off that page. You know? Then we talk about what? Search engine optimization. Oh, I can get you 10,000 hits a day. But it doesn't really matter if they're only on for 13 seconds. They just go and they leave, and you pay for the clicks. This is market. Millennials have taught us that we can't just be commercial. We have to give content. We're in a content-driven marketing theme right now. We have to give people Good stuff. Yellow letters, we talked about that. Yellow letters, postcards. Oh, how about the repetitious? And here's one of my pet peeves. I hate, did you ever sign up for something and you wanted the free newsletter or the book, and then every bloody day you get another email and another email and another email? Is this winning us over? Do we fall in love with this company? No! We're just going to say delete, spam, unsubscribe. We hope there's an unsubscribe button. It's not always there, is it? Okay, so we can't do this kind of, and I know a lot of the Constant Contact and MailChimp and all that, they do this repetitious stuff. But I don't think it works on a lot of people. I think it's just annoying. I don't want those people to be annoyed. I want them to like me, to fall in love with me, to take an interest in real estate, whether I'm a buyer, seller, or investor. Social media, live streaming today is the answer because we have no cost. We can use it as a creative outlet. We can do all different kinds of things with text. How many people here like to get on a video or do a little video? Anybody can take a topic and talk. You get better and better at it. And you put out this content either in written form or audio form as a podcast or as a video on YouTube. Just everything. Here's another really good little mind map I made. Where's Borders Bookstore today? What happened? I love Borders Bookstore. How many people here love bookstores? I love going to bookstores. What's going on with the bookstores? What happened to Borders? Where did it go? Why did it go away? Because Amazon sells it cheaper. They ship it for free with Amazon Prime, and they sell a great little device. What's the Kindle go for now? Less than $99? How many people? I have about 30 books on my iPad, so when I travel, I can just pull them right up. I love that. I was talking about, what about Netflix? How many people here have Netflix? I love Netflix. I never watch TV. Once in a while, the news. You watch a 30-minute news broadcast, and you got to suffer through 18 minutes of suppository commercials, okay? Who needs that? We don't want that anymore. That's why we go to Netflix. I love, do you guys love House of Cards?
Yeah.
Isn't that the best show? Isn't that a great show? Yeah. Okay. What about Uber? Is it about time? Why did Uber overnight become a $40 billion valuation? Why overnight the kids taught us that they don't want to get into dirty taxis with beer cans rolling around, with a guy who doesn't speak English, who hasn't bathed in a week. They want to get into a car where their friends say, this is a good guy, he's going to pick you up in 2 minutes, you don't have to tip him, and it's all done automatically. Isn't it all about time? Yeah. Wasn't Blockbuster Video about time? We don't want to schlep there. Pick up a video, take it home, watch the video, bring it back, take the late fee, then go back home again. Isn't that all about time? Everything in marketing is about time. And that's what we have to learn. Here, so you guys, we got all kinds of stuff here. You guys it's going too fast, so you guys don't. We have to make how do we make a prospect fall in love with us? The rule is, and I say this a lot now, we are the prospect. A lot of us, what's our thoughts about the prospect? All those prospects. Are we the prospect?
Yes.
We are the prospect, right? What does the prospect want? Do we want anything different from the prospect when we go shopping, when we buy a car, when we buy a house, we go financing? What do we want? Good value? Reasonable service? How easy? Is anybody here using Yelp all the time?
Oh, yeah.
I check Yelp all the time, but I want to make sure a restaurant's clean. I want to make sure it has half-decent food and service. I check these things. Guess what happens if there's too many bad reviews on Yelp from people who have given high ratings before? You don't go to that restaurant. You can literally. This is South Park coming up on Yelp, by the way, if it hasn't been already. I love South Park. We are the prospect. We're going to make people fall in love with us. We just say, give me, trust me, trust me. That doesn't work in 2016. We have to win them over. We have to give them content. We have to give them value. We have to say to them, let me answer your questions. Let me give you some great blogs, some great articles. Let me make some audio podcasts for you. Let me make some videos so you discover who I am, and then we can move forward. Isn't that where you're going to get quality prospects? Don't you want to make them fall in love with you so they tell all their friends that Diane is the best real estate agent in the world? Don't you love, how many people here have restaurants or doctors or lawyers, and when someone says to you, who's the best plumber or something like that, you we love to brag on that person? How do we do that in our own business in real estate? That's what we're talking about today. The problem with creative real estate marketing, it costs too much. Mailers, pay-per-click, web pages, they're all too expensive. I used to spend literally $10,000 a month on advertising, okay? Between Google AdWords and print media and mailers or newsletters and everything, you know what I spend today? Zero, nada, bupkis. Nothing. Okay, all I have to do is budget some time to put out this content. I got a new client just today, right from LA for my sales training business, just from these videos. We need to create word of mouth, okay? And right now we have an edge because our competition is not doing this. We want quantity, we want quantity. I think I said that wrong. We want quality and quantity, okay? We want good quality leads. We want the problem with a lot of the investing is the ROI is too expensive and it's old-fashioned, okay? So I want you to check out Periscope, Blab, Mircat, and then take these videos from these live, or just go to YouTube. How many people know that you can go into YouTube, you can record videos, okay? And you can edit them there, and then you can click and connect them with Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Periscope and Snapchat and all these. You can make one video on that. Give me some topics in creative real estate. Let me hear a couple quick topics. Financing. Put it in a sentence. Financing. How to finance your home. How to lower your payments, right? What else? Give me a few. Give me something. Go ahead.
What do you want in a house?
Well, what are the 5 things you want in a house before you buy it? Make it a little, give it a little. Anybody else? Go ahead.
How to sell your property without paying taxes.
Yeah, there you go. Things like that. People will go and watch that video. Then you'll have your channel. They'll watch other videos. And then if you get enough people subscribe, you can put links to your web page. Okay? Or they can connect with the other web page and they can subscribe. So every time you put out a new video, they get a notification. Let me see if I have this one page here. Right here. I don't know if you can see it. How many? The views up here. This is my web page, okay, on YouTube. 512,263 views. Okay, I have thousands of subscribers who have put in their emails. They want to be notified every time Crazy Claude does a video. Okay, I have some videos. Look at the one here. You can't see it. I did it with my buddy Joe Paul. 38,519 people watched that video. What do you think that does to my business, my database, my prospects, my leads? I do some fun videos. Can you sell a pencil with guts? Okay, I have here's one. This is so funny. How to make your own snow and ice trail running shoes. 12,000 people watch that thing because I run in the snow in Colorado. All kinds of videos that I can do. We have 5,400 subscribers. So if I come out with a new book, if I have a property for sale, if I want to find a buyer or an investor, I just can put out a video. But it has to be compelling. It has to be interesting. It has to be non-commercial. If you make it into a commercial, you will turn off people. What do we do when we see commercials on regular TV? Do we do this stuff? We hit the mute or whatever? You've got to win them over. You give, and then you can ask. You win them over. Summary of best marketing. We've got to stop being a secret. We've got to stop doing old-fashioned, expensive, low return on investment marketing. We have to use social media and live streaming to gain loyal followings. And we've got to be content-driven, not commercial and annoying. We've got to make them fall in love with us. Okay? And these are the things we do. How's our time? Where are we? It's getting late. You guys want to ask me some questions, or you want to do a little gut sales training and things like that? Go ahead. I'm sorry?
Sales training.
Sales training. Want to do a little sales? Ask the question, then we'll go to a little sales training.
Just real quick, if you can link each of the YouTube videos to each of the apps you were talking about, can you just review that a little bit?
If you do a video on, I think I had it back here. Can you see this up here? This is what you see on the bottom of every YouTube video you do. That is Tumblr, that is Blogger, that is Google+, that is Instagram, that is Pinterest, that is Twitter, that is Facebook, LinkedIn, all of them up here. You do a little video. What do you do in real estate, or what do you like to do?
Distressed properties.
Distressed properties. What distressed property real estate deal. The deal on, how I made $20,000 on a distressed property. Things like that. Really good titles. And you take that and you put it up there. Either you do it live, you can do it live streaming on Periscope, Mircat and Blab. They will record it for you. You save it, you upload it to YouTube, and then you click all those little boxes down there. And all of a sudden, Michelle's little 2 to 4 minute video on distressed property is going through the universe. It didn't cost you anything except talking about something you know. Are we all going to do this? Yes. Please say yes. Are we all going to do this? Yes. It's not that hard. It takes a little. People want, you know what's the one word we learned from millennials? Authentic. Is that a word, Calico? Yes. It's authentic. They want real. They're sick of the commercials that my generation put up. They want real. Go ahead. Somebody has something to say? No? I thought I heard something. Okay. Another question, and we'll talk a little bit more about sales. Yes, sir. What does G.U.T.S stand for? Thank you for asking. Great. Unorthodox, untraditional techniques of sales and success. I had to, make a new mnemonic out of it or something like that. I just like the word guts. I think we need guts in sales. Is sales scary? No. It is scary a little. What did your mom say? When I was a little boy in New York City, you know what my mom said? Don't play in the traffic. No. She said, don't talk to strangers. Did everybody's mom say that? I'm so sorry, your mom didn't say that. Okay, we grow up in the big bad world. We all want to get rich. We're watching all those Anthony Robbins videos. Who wants? Anybody here go to an Anthony Robbins firewalk? I think that, by the way, I think he's one of the greatest salesmen in the world, Anthony Robbins. Shaking it. Anybody who can talk you people into giving them $5,000 to walk on briquettes is a genius. That is a salesperson. That is a great salesperson. Sales is scary. We're talking to strangers. What happens sometimes when people, why should I work with you? Maybe you shouldn't. I'm here to help you. What do we do when we go to our doctor? Here's the analogy I always like to do. When we go to our doctor, what does she say to us, Michelle? You go to your doctor.
So where's my copay then?
Yeah, what? No. What does your doctor say? Hi, Michelle. How can I help you? Where does it hurt, baby? Yeah, things like that, right? Does she start saying, hey, Michelle, we're having a special on back surgery. You see her coupon on the paper, and the price goes up on Friday. You better act now. Up on the table. I'm ready. She doesn't say that, right? Why do we sound like that? That's what the prospect hears. What does the prospect hear when we start reading scripts and start giving presentations and start acting like goofy salespeople? What does the prospect say? Oh shit, it's a salesperson, right? That's what they say. And then what do? What does the prospect do when they just wanted to know, does the widget come in green? How much does the house cost? Can I afford it? How much down payment? And you go into this whole long presentation, and then they get trapped, and what do? What's the protective armor they do? They shut down. They put on the Teflon suit. They raise the drawbridge, okay? They say, I'll think about it. I'll talk to my spouse. Send me a contract. I'll look it over. Here's the one I always like. I'll give it my highest consideration and review it, and you get back to me in the near distant future. I'm like an idiot in New Jersey. I'm like, I got a sale here. We're having steak dinner. You know what I had? Nothing. We have rights in the sales process. Nothing. You have a question there, sir?
Yeah, what if your target audience are a little bit older, not used to using some of these technologies?
Well, here's the thing. Don't they have it's a good question. What if your target audience is older? Do they use this technology? Does grandma have an iPad yet?
No.
Really? My 87-year-old mother-in-law has an iPad. What about, does grandma wants to research something, check on her Medicare or whatever? Does she ask her grandkids to help her? Do they bring her up to date? You know what? Even the seniors are slowly getting involved in this. You can't escape it. It's too practical. It's too simple. It's too cost efficient, and it gives help. Yes, sir.
What about if the prospect asks for the price, but probably isn't versed on the service?
Say that again for everybody to hear.
So when the prospect automatically asks for the price, but most likely isn't versed on the service of what they're actually going to be doing for.
Okay. How many of us, tell the truth, have wasted our time driving in traffic, buying people lattes, and then we get them the $1 million presentation that we stayed up till 11 o'clock at night preparing, and then they say, this was just great information, Claude, and if I had the money, I'd do it right now. When should we talk about money? Beginning, middle, or end? In the beginning? How do we talk about money? How do you bring out money? What? Qualify. Ask me about money. Let's role play. Ask me. What? I don't know. Why did you ask me that? That's an interesting question. Oh, how much? Oh, ask me a question like that. There you go. You be my Vanna White. You're in charge of the microphones. Go ahead. How much? Ask me a money question. How much is the house?
How much is the house?
I don't know.
Are you selling?
You're right. I'm sorry. I should know that, shouldn't I? You don't have a budget or set aside a certain thing you're looking for in a house, do you, sir?
Maybe.
Could you share that with me? It might help.
I have to talk to my wife first.
Oh, look at you. It's over. Isn't it over? How fast can we find out? Why is he talking like that? How much money does he have? He's got nothing. We found out in less than 3 minutes, didn't we? You're in charge of the microphone. You have to take it around the audience. Let's talk a few more things. 3 steps here. I'm going to be talking about this on Saturday. Agenda, qualification, commitment, close. When we talk to people, why don't we have adult conversations? Not sound like a clown. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, is it okay if I ask you some questions that I can have a better idea? I can help you get in a house, sell a house, invest in a house. Then you ask me questions, and if we can do business, that's great. And if not, I want you to feel comfortable enough to tell me. You don't have to say you'll think about it and get back to me. You won't hurt my feelings. Why don't we just say it's over? Is that all right with you? Has anyone ever met this salesperson? I'm still waiting. I've never met the salesperson who said to me, it's okay to say no, not, all that other stuff. Wouldn't you love to meet someone like that? What happens when you get somebody who's straight? If you met a straight person in an unstraight world who said to you, I'm here to help you, I'm here to ask you a few questions, and you ask me, and maybe we can do business, maybe not. What would happen? What would you feel about that person if they were sounding completely different from anyone else you've ever spoken to? What? You'd remember them. Maybe you'd even, what's the big T in sales? Trust. Is trust part of persuasion? Don't we want to trust people? What happens when we trust somebody? Maybe they don't have the biggest office, okay? Maybe they don't have the fancy, the most expensive advertising budget. Okay? What happens when we get that one person, maybe they charge a little bit more, they don't come down their commissions or whatever, but we feel good about that person. We like them. We trust them. What happens? Will we ever undersell them? Will you ever switch? Certain people in this world who you trust implicitly, will you ever switch? No. What kind of people are they? Your doctor, your dentist, your beautician, your yoga teacher, your yoga trainer, somebody like your favorite restaurant. When we get endeared by people and they fall in love with us, we never change. Yes, sir?
Sales trainer.
What's that?
Sales trainer.
Oh, thank you. Checks in the mail. Thank you. That's an agenda. So do that. Qualification. I want to finish up here because you guys, I really appreciate you coming. I know it's been a long day and everything, but I hope you're enjoying this stuff. Qualification. We need to ask questions. We got to find their needs and greeds. We need to find out, do they have the money to buy the house, to invest in the house? Do they have the time? What's the time frame? Is it something they want to do now or 6 years from now? We want to find out, do they have the character to make a commitment today? Do they have the authority? We always hear, I've got to talk to my spouse. Do you think we should ask people who are married, how do you normally make decisions in your family? Should your spouse be here? Have you checked with a mortgage lender? Do you know what you qualify for, what you're comfortable? Do you mind if I ask you questions about your down payment and things like that? Can we ask these questions up front without sounding like a policeman, interrogating, or a lawyer? We do things where these are some psychological words. I'm a student of Dr. Eric Byrne, transactional analysis. We stroke people, we nurture them, we're empathetic. Okay? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? Anybody ever leave a sales presentation and you wonder what are they to say when you leave the room. That should be mandate when you're talking to people. You want them to say, wow, that's the person I want to work with. That's the person I'm going to call back. That's the person I want to give a check or a contract to. So we need to ask these questions, and there's a way to ask questions with positive and negative redirection. We don't have the time to get into this. We'll probably do it next Saturday. I'll get into a lot more role plays and really get into the specific. Asking the questions is the most important thing you can do in sales, because you find out you have a prospect or you have an unbelievable waste of time. Absolutely. And then we never ask for the order. Remember I said that earlier? We want to find out, can we get a commitment? Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, thank you for your time. If I can help you get into the house, if I can help you sell your house in the next 30 days, how would you feel about that? What would you like to do next? What do you need from me in order for us to move forward? Boom. You ask questions like that. You've got to satisfy their needs, and then you review. The three most important words in sales to everybody? I don't know. Let them do more talking than you. They'll attack you. What do you mean you don't know? Well, I don't know what you meant by that question. I didn't know where you wanted to live, where you wanted to buy a house. Where do you have a house for sale? Can you help me out? Get them talking more. Don't have to have all the answers. We got to learn to give good phone. We have to learn how to ask questions with stroking, nurturing, and empathy. We never beg or ask for the order. Okay? What do? Isn't it better when you want to make someone buy rather than them feel? How do you feel when you've been a little stressed by a salesperson in a car dealership or whatever? Okay? They try to intimidate you. They're always asking for the order. They're always trying to close and everything like that. What happens when you get home? You know, we have something. Anybody here ever have a sale and you're counting the money in your head, you're figuring out the commission, the profit, whatever, and then you get that phone call the next day and your heart is broken? Has anyone ever had that experience? I have. Isn't that the worst feeling in the world? Make them want to give it to you. Never act like a salesperson. Be more like a doctor or a lawyer. Be a professional. You have to be somewhere between a therapist and a great thespian. Thespian's not a dirty word. It means actor. Okay. You want to take on that role. Bless you. You are in business. Rule number 1. Why are we in business? When? Today. Okay? We're in business to make money. We sell good services. We work hard. We need to put food on the table. We're in business to make money today, to get commitment today, or to get out today. We want to work smarter than our competition. What do you sell? We sell solutions. We ask people their problems just like the doctor would. You go to your doctor's office, she'll say, where does it hurt? What do you do for a living? When did it start hurting? We need to ask these same type of questions. What do you think happens when we start asking questions that shows an interest rather than making the quick sale? That we care. Thank you, Michelle. We care. So we have to find out, do they have a need? Do they have the money to pay for the need? Do they have the willingness, the character, the authority to make that commitment? We sell anticipation of reward, profit, and greed. Okay, no presentations. How many people here, do you ever get those calls on the phone? It's a little bit of delay. You say hello. That person gives you that 5-minute presentation. Yep. What do? I turn into a monster. I hang up. I say bad words. My wife is much more polite. Says, no, thank you. And she'll listen. But I'm not like that. They don't want presentations. They want answers to their issues and problems. No scripts. Okay? They don't work. Ask the questions instead. No free consulting. How many people here have done free consulting? I sure have. We're giving it always away for free, right? Good question. Someone asked me a question. How about what's that?
Can you teach me about these purchases?
Thank you for asking, Claude. Now, why are you interested in? I don't know. Why didn't you ask me about lease purchasing? Why is that important to you?
It's something I like to.
For what reason?
I like to generate sales and put money in my bank account.
Oh, you want to do this as an investor, right?
Yes.
If I was able to help you in the next 30 days to find some properties, turn them over quickly, and make a profit, how would you feel about that? That isn't what you're looking for, is it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that'd be great. That's what I'm looking for.
What else would you need? Do you have a budget set aside so we can start formulating a business plan and work together?
Yeah, actually,
Oh, okay. It's not that hard. You don't have to give a present. Did I ever answer his question? I just kept making him talk. I kept turning it around with positive and negative redirection. We'll do a lot of that on Saturday. Thank you. Is it okay to fire the prospect?
Yeah.
Is yeah, you better believe it. You better believe it. I think we have rights in the whole process. Now, the rule of 5, one of the most important rules. I have about 180 rules. Rule number 5, you got to speak. To make guts work, you got to speak to 5 new prospects a day. But now, what I showed you before, you'll have all the leads you want, quality leads. If you speak to 5 new people a day, 25 to 35 new people a week, guess what happens? Does the magic begin in your business? You get deals. You speak to people. Just speak to a lot of people. Have comfortable adult-to-adult conversations. Ask questions and watch the magic happen. The $1 million rule. This is the most important rule I teach. And then I think we'll call it a night here. Or we'll do a few more questions. If you understand this rule, you have a blank check the rest of your life. People make immediate business decisions emotionally. How many people here have made any kind of decision, social business, emotionally? How many woke up the next morning and regretted that decision, that emotional decision? No details. Okay? People then justify it or rationalize it later. I have a story I love to tell. This happened a year ago, true story. My wife was driving the car, we're pulling out of Costco. There's a gentleman there with 5 children behind him. Talk about setting the scene, okay? And the sign says, lost my job, my kids are hungry. I mean, gosh. I never give street people, honestly, I'm just telling the truth. I said, honey, pull over. I reached in, I gave him $5 right away. I just had to. I don't like hungry children. Children is easy for me. So was that an emotional or an intellectual decision? I better believe it was emotional. Did I think it all? I just reached my pocket. I didn't pull over. Here's the money. As we drove away, and my blood pressure came down, and what do you think was going on with you? And the brain started engaging again. What do you think happened? I wonder if that's a scam. I wonder if that's a elaborate setup where he gets the kids and everything. 2 weeks later, we go into a Vons, another guy with 3 kids at the same side. Are they still doing that around San Diego? I thought it was, and I'll tell you what, it was the best $5 I ever spent because it perfectly demonstrated emotional decisions with people. When we talk, is money emotional? Is a house emotional? Is investing emotional? We need to ask questions that bring out those emotions in people and then justify it intellectually why it's a good investment, why we're the best person to help them. This is what can happen. Yes, sir?
Why didn't you give them a business card and tell them you teach them how to do something different?
Because my wife was driving, and you don't interfere with Claudia when she's driving. She's a Jersey girl. Saturday, how many people want to come? Henry's in the back. You can sign up with Henry. It's $49.95. We're going to talk about all these things and a lot more on next Saturday, not this Saturday, on our workshop. We're going to talk about social media, lease purchasing. Henry's going to talk about land and buying pennies on the dollar. I'm going to talk a lot more and have much better Wi-Fi to demonstrate how to use all these different live streaming and social media. And do we have a few questions? We're letting I went a little late here. Am I okay still? We're good. I don't want you guys to work so hard and long today. And thank you for coming. Give yourselves a round of applause first of all. Oh, thank you. Do we have some questions? My email is mentor@me.com. Mentor@me.com or mentor@mac.com. I will send you all my notes, my presentation, my mind maps, everything tomorrow. I'll even make a little video and I'll summarize some of the high points also. And you'll get that tomorrow for free. It's my gift to you. Thank you for coming today. Okay? Mentor@me. Another question. Yes, sir. Down there.
Do you use Hootsuite to send
Hootsuite. Tell everybody what Hootsuite is. That's interesting. You know more about it than me.
I'm just asking, you put one thing on Facebook and you can basically duplicate it or like CC it in a sense to Twitter, Instagram, so on and so forth, so that you don't have to upload something.
Exactly. And what does Hootsuite cost? About $25, $35 a month, right? There is a system. The gentleman's talking about an application that does all the networking for you. that connect, when you do a video, it connects with all your social media for you. Is that basically a summarization? So people are coming out. In the beginning, learn to do this yourself. And then as you get more and more content out there, you can use a Hootsuite. Good point. Thank you for bringing it up. We give you, I think I have a few more success to here. I'll reward you guys. Oh, I have the greatest prize of all for a really good question. What is the greatest gift you can give a person?
Love.
What? Love, money, everything. You know what? I'm going to share with you guys something. Who is the greatest salesperson in the world?
Jesus Christ.
Well, very okay. On this planet right now, I think it's Girl Scouts. I have a box of Thin Mints here, okay? These are real Thin Mints. Give me a good question. You earn Thin Mints.
How long is your
Watch your language. How long is it? It's from 9 to 1. That's not a good question. It's not a bad question. Yes, sir. What?
How long you been one?
Been one what?
Great sales trainer.
I've been, I actually started out, I'll get that, you only earned one section. I've been sitting, Pastor, you'll give it to the nice girl. I've been sales training. I had a problem. I was training, you guys have heard me for years, I've been training lease purchasing and investing and things like that. And what really bothered me is, seriously, hardworking people really investing in trying to learn this business. And guess what? The one thing that always sent them back wasn't for lack of intelligence or focus or anything else. It was sales. The sales was so painful for them, talking to a multitude of people and not getting treated badly. Who wants to go and pick up the phone and know people are going to trash you or reject you? Who wants to be rejected all day long? How do we defeat that? We get a sales system, a methodology, so we can have good conversations. And that's why I started doing sales training about 18, 19 years ago, to answer your question. Gentleman over there.
How do you balance not giving them the free consulting with trying to really help them understand the solution for your
Actually, when I say free consulting, I mean that you have to, we all do a certain amount of free consulting and give away information. Anybody can go to my webpage and schedule, I have a thing called Time Trade, and they can actually schedule a free half hour with me on Skype. Is everybody here using Skype? Please say yes.
Yes.
It's genius. I love Skype. I'll give them a free half hour on that. We can record it. They will ask me questions. I will ask them questions. At the end of 30 minutes, I convert a lot of people to my mentoring sales training program, or people who want to do real estate with me. So do I give away a certain amount of information? Yes, but I'm at home. I'm in my boxer shorts drinking really good Claude and coffee. So it's not so bad. I'm not getting a bad visual, right? Okay. But I'm not driving around buying people lattes and wasting a lot of time. That's the thing. Millionaire thinking, millionaire thinking is about time. Remember I talked about Uber and Blockbuster and all that stuff? It's all about time. How do we use time? How come some people can make all the money in the world and other people struggle all the time? God gives us all 24 hours in a day, right? Okay, what do some people do? They put a greater value on their time. They have self-esteem, they have confidence, and guess what? That's part of persuasion. The prospects like that. Yes, sir?
What is your why? What is your driving factor for the success of each?
Oh, good. What is my why? You know what? That's a great question. I love what I do. I found I'm a horrible employee. Even I worked for corporate America. I went to law school. I sold hot dogs in the South Bronx for Swift Premium. Even my good bosses were assholes. Okay? I don't play nice with others. I want my own business, and I discovered that I love to be a real estate investor. I love wheeling and dealing and negotiating. When you do a deal and you make a profit by the sweat of your own brow, isn't that one of the 10 best feelings in the world? Maybe it's number 2. Okay, when you make a check, when you make money by finding a property, fixing it up, sweat equity, wholesaling it, lease purchasing it, and you make more money than you put into it, how good does that feel? I love that feeling. It's like a drug. So that's what I do. Then I found out I love to teach sales. I love to work one-on-one with wonderful people. I have people in 14 different countries that I work with, and every week we get together for a half hour on a group call, and we just talk and we brainstorm and we role play. You know how you get good in sales? Practice. Practice, practice, practice. One more question? Yes, ma'am. Lori.
Okay, if there's so many humans out there that try to sell you on this body thing, why would I want to pick you?
I don't know. It's a great question. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Do you think gurus can help us?
No.
This is a politically incorrect question for me. Okay? I think there are wonderful people out there, probably right in this club here. There's a wealth of experience. Pick their brains. Ask them questions. Are there people who you can learn from? I had a mentor. Okay? My mentor shortened the learning curve by years, but he was honest, he was successful financially, he was accountable to me. I had to pay a price. I had to fetch him bagels and coffee and pick up his dry cleaning and all kinds of things. Was it worth it? Yeah, because I got a $1 million education. I met that one right person. So find that one right person and make them accountable. Don't give your money to somebody who says, oh, I'm great, I'm doing this, but they won't give you their phone number, they won't talk to you on the phone. Is that crazy or is it me? There are wonderful, smart people out there who are accountable, who will give you good value, and they will teach you. By the way, one of the things you should learn from them is all the mistakes they make, so you can avoid it. And learn the successes and emulate them, and you will shorten the learning curve. And that's a really great question, and thank you for asking. And I want to tell everyone, drive home. Fred, you have a last question?
I do. It's not, I don't know. I just want to thank you. It's an awesome presentation.
Oh, thank you. You guys are great. Thank you so much.
We have an individual question, and Henry's going to be here too for...
Henry's going to be here for the workshop that we're going to do next Saturday, the 24th. We'll have a lot of fun. We will, all kinds of topics, role playing, everything. You will have good... Oh, and I'm giving away a $5.95 package to everybody who signs up tonight. A digital package on lease purchasing or gut sales training who signs up for the Saturday seminar. Everybody drive home safe, and thank you so much. You're a great audience. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Well, with the right mics. Yeah, we need the handheld needs to be different. Like people are never going to learn how to use it.